right, everyone, we're at the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and begin. Just begin our practice here. So just take a few moments as you come to standing. Just find your way to this connection to the earth. Just feel your feet root, plant, and just feel grounded here. Even take a moment to grip your mat with your toes, just so you can even feel the texture of your mat underneath you. Even take a moment to notice if you happen to be settling into one foot or the other, but finding, if you're able, a sense of balance, an even distribution of weight between your feet. And just continue to connect. And as you make this connection, also connect with your breath. So you might start with a few deep breaths. Nice full breath in, filling up your lungs. You can exhale with the sigh through your mouth. Again, breathing in, filling yourself up, and exhale. Good. Just continue with slow, steady breaths here. Mindful breathing. Just continuing to deepen this connection, establish your strong foundation. Even feel free to assess how you're feeling. Working from your head all the way down to your feet. You can feel free to add some movement as you're checking in with yourself. A little rolling of your shoulders, a little movement of your head and neck. And again, just working down your body. Aware of what parts might need special attention today from your practice, how your practice can assist you. And as you're making this assessment, just be mindful as we get into movement, moving in a way that suits you best, modifying any poses, moving slowly, even resting whenever you need to. On your next inhale, just feel breath rising upward to fill your lungs. And on this exhale, draw your belly button in towards your spine, connecting to your center, engaging the abdominal lock. Just that light contraction of your abdominal muscles. So again, breathing in, feeling the lengthening of your spine, filling up your lungs. Exhale, draw belly in, connecting. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. Preparing your body to move. Good. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. Treat it like a nice stretch. Reach all the way up. Yes, exhale, fold forward. So we're hinging at the hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to protect your back as you make your way down towards your toes. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or your knees to extend your spine, only rising up halfway. With this exhale, either stay here or slowly slide back down toward your toes. Now you can stop at any point. Your hands might rest at your shins or ankles, or you might go all the way down, touching your toes, touching the ground. Just notice what this feels like. Aware of the sensations in your body, whether it's the roundedness in your back, maybe the heaviness of your upper body as gravity draws you downward. Feeling the stretch and length through your hamstrings. Take 2 more breaths. Let's return to a halfway lift after your second breath. So we'll inhale, slide your hands back up to your shins or knees, rising up halfway. Exhale just to hold in place for a moment. Still feeling that good balance between the feet, rooted and connected, softness in the knees, torso parallel to the floor. Let's finish standing by shifting weight into the heels first. Bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down. Maybe extend your arms out to the side like you're spreading your wings. Then inhale, rising up, reach up. Another big stretch. Exhale, you can bring your hands together down to your heart or arms down to your side, either one. Okay. That's our half salute. Let's just repeat that, just flowing, moving at your own pace. Inhale, reaching up, good energy in your hands and fingers. Exhale, fold forward. Again, soft knees, guide your way down. Good control. There you go. Either all the way down or partially down, you choose. Inhale, rise up halfway, flat back, a little tabletop posture. On the exhale, again, stay here or slide back down towards toes, partially or all the way. Same weight shift into the heels first. Bend your knees, lower your hips, and we'll start to rise up. Inhale, reaching into the air. Another nice stretch. Exhale, hands to heart or arms down to your side. We'll pause for a moment, having introduced movement to the movement of breath. We'll just continue adding on to our sequence. Sun salutation, series A. Here we go. Inhale, reaching into the sky. Exhale, leading with heart, fold forward. Remember, go at your own pace, take your time, modify whenever you need to. Inhale, rise up halfway, or just feel the extension of your spine. On this exhale, we'll slide all the way down. Take your time, bend your knees enough so you can place your hands out in front of you, up near the front edge of your mat, and walk the feet to the back end of your mat. So we end up in plank pose, this high push-up position. Hold for a moment, just feel the energy and strength in your body. We'll take a breath in. On your exhale, bend your knees a little and send your hips up into the air. We're taking a shortcut from plank pose right into downward facing dog. If you need to, make some adjustments with your feet, even your hands if you need to on your mat to help you settle into this pose, this inverted posture, downward facing dog. Either just hold in stillness, or just like you did in standing in mountain pose, add some movement if it feels good. You might pedal your feet, stretching your toes, your calves. Yeah, let your knees bend, your hips might even shift side to side, whatever comes naturally here. You can even rest if your hands or elbows or shoulders get fatigued. Just come down. We're going to move from here, taking a nice full breath in, filling up your lungs. Exhale, draw belly button in towards spine, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop. Both feet up to the top of the mat, you'll be in forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, your crown or the top of your head comes forward. Exhale, refold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, reaching high. We're going to keep this moving. On the exhale, take chair pose, Utkatasana, sitting back and down into your imaginary seat. We're moving into our series B. Here we go, breathe in. And the exhale, dive out of your seat, back down towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, hands to the earth, hop, step, or just step the feet back to the back end of your mat. There's plank pose. Let's just pause for a moment. You can take that same shortcut to down dog if you like, or with your exhale, finish your push-up, bend elbows, come down into Chaturanga Dandasana. Find a back bend here. It could be an inhale to an upward facing dog, or a lower pose like locust or cobra. And exhale onto your toes, lifting hips into the sky, feeling the head and chest sink between the arms. We're going to pause for a moment, maybe adjust your feet and hands. Let's add our first lunge. Inhale, extend your right leg up behind you, strong straight line, yes. Exhale, let's step right foot to the top of the mat. Once you've landed, turn left heel to the earth behind you. Shift your weight back into that foot. We're still establishing balance between the feet here, just like we did in mountain pose. Light hands reaching forward and rising up. Let's hold for a moment in Warrior One. Just keep extending the arms up. Make sure there's a nice knee bend in front for our lunge. Little hip flexor stretch on the left side. We'll breathe in, reach a little higher. Exhale, hinge and fold. Make your way back down to the earth. Plant the hands. Slide the right foot back, plank pose. Shortcut is fine to down dog, or finish your vinyasa. You might even bring knees to the floor first. Good. Bring the chest down second. Lifting the heart for a cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. So you can mix that up as you'd like, as it feels good. We'll always meet in downward facing dog. Settle in. Other side. Inhale, extend left leg up, reaching back. Exhale, step left foot to the top of the mat, or you can just land behind the left hand, turn right heel to the floor. Again, we're establishing balance between the feet. Hands should feel light so you can easily rise up and hold here on the exhale. Settle into your pose. Reaching high, lunge low, hold. And then we'll move. Inhale, reach a bit higher. Exhale, fold, bringing hands to the earth. Slide left foot back, plank pose, finishing the sequence as you'd like. Perhaps Chaturanga Dandasana. And inhale to a back bend, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, yes. We're going to take a little seat here. Bring your knees to the floor. Sit back briefly in hero. Sit off to the side and swing the legs around to the front. Let's get into staff pose. We're going to take a forward fold here in a moment. Let's start with staff pose. So straight legs, if you can keep them straight. Flexed feet. If you need to bend the knees, do bend the knees. Hands on the floor by your hips, just pushing down so you can feel the lift and length of the torso. Maybe roll the shoulders back. And just pause here for several breaths. Good, nice L shape in the body you're creating. Nice active legs, lengthened spine. Alrighty, so you're welcome to use your strap for your forward fold, or you can certainly do this free-handed. If you're free-handed, you can just extend the arms up and start to hinge forward and bring your hands down to your legs or feet if you reach. Otherwise, you can use your strap. Get the strap around the feet. I'll use the strap here. A little tug of the strap to, again, help to extend the spine, grow tall. We inhale with that expression. Exhale, another little pull of the strap to send heart forward. Now, I like to start by keeping the spine as straight as possible and legs as straight as possible. It just means I don't go very far. That's initially. And then I start to soften things up, bend the knees, lower the chin, let the back round, which just creates a little bit more space so I can go a little deeper. So you have some nice variations. You can always bend knees. You can certainly round your back. Just so long as you don't feel like you're forcing your body into your pose. But really just taking your time, continuing to assess how you feel, how this feels, so you can gain the benefits from the posture. Nice hamstring stretch, even with bent knees, a stretch through your back body, even if you're rounded. Let's take 2 more breaths. If you're holding on to the strap, let's just unravel and release the strap from the hands. Free your hands. We'll all reach forward. Then we'll inhale and rise up, reach up into the air. Another nice capital L shape. Exhale, hands down to your side. Briefly here, a return to staff pose. Maybe just breath, 1 breath. Okay. And if you're using the strap, we'll just get that out of the way. Let's come to a boat pose. From here, I like to just lean back, slide the heels towards myself, bending the knees. Hold on to the backs of the knees here to extend spine. And then you can start to lean back. Now your feet can stay on the floor if you want to, or find that balance. I like to lean back, just find that balancing spot where the feet just easily lift without the effort of lifting. Shins can be parallel to the floor here. Do activate your feet. You can flex the feet or point your toes. Just something active so your legs feel strong. All right, that's our boat pose. We're going to move from here, breathing in. Exhale, we'll cross legs. If you can, hands in front of the cross legs or even to the side, unravel the legs. Hands up front, feet behind you, plank pose. Strong straight line. We'll take a shortcut to down dog and we'll continue with our lunge sequence. Once you're in place, inhale, extend right leg up. We'll keep it straight, nice strong straight line. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat, back to a warrior one setup. Turn left heel to the floor, take your time, find your balance. Light hands rising up. And our exhale opening to your left, warrior two. So arms come down to parallel. Do adjust your feet if you need to. Yes, good. Nice and tall up top, strong legs. Active feet rooted into the earth. Follow your right hand forward to angle the upper half of the body. There we go. Into our side angle pose. Perfect. So, yes, you can reach the floor and touch the floor with your right hand, or rise up. If that's too far, you can just have the hand or arm really braced against the inner leg. Never needing to touch the ground in this pose. Just as long as you feel the openings, releases, yes. Let's breathe in. Exhale, carefully turn, we'll fold, bring the hands back down to the earth, slide right foot back to meet the other, plank pose, just a little pause for realignment. Another shortcut to down dog, just soften the knees, send your hips into the air, head and chest sink between the arms. After your arrival, let's pick up the left foot and extend the left leg up and back, straight line. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel to the earth behind you. Find your center and balance. Rising up. Exhale, opening to your right. Arms to parallel. Warrior two. Making the adjustments that you need to, really create and solidify that strong foundation. Side angle pose. Follow the left arm forward to angle the upper half of the body. Rotate here. Reach up with the right hand, down with the left. Again, fingers, left hand might touch the floor, but it does not have to touch the floor. Nice variations, everybody. Opening up, breathing, yes. Moving from here, breathe in. And the exhale, another careful turn, fold, hands return to the earth, slide left foot back, there's our plank pose. You can take that same shortcut if you want, or finish the vinyasa by coming down to Chaturanga Dandasana, find your back bend, cobra, locust, or up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Step into place with feet and hands. We're going to return to standing, full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop, both feet to the top of the mat to your forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthening through spine. Exhale, fold again. Shifting your weight into your heels, bend your knees, take that imaginary seat, lift chest, spread your wings. Inhale, reach into the sky. And exhale, let's bring the arms down to your side. Just returning to our mountain pose. Good, check in as needed. Feeling this rooted, grounded sense with the feet into the earth. Balance on 2 feet. Now we're going to balance on 1 foot, going into tree pose. You might soften the knees a little bit just in case the knees are locked. Shift your weight into your right foot. Plug it into the earth. Inhale, get tall, lengthen spine. Exhale, draw belly button in. Just to secure your body ready for balance. We're picking up left foot. Even flex the foot there. Again, we're keeping the legs strong, just like we did in our boat pose. And swing your knee out to the side, just until it just naturally stops. It might be at an angle, that's fine. And then placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. You can bring it up high to inner thigh. You can even hold on to it, or bring it down low, or even lower still. You choose. Yes, then we'll grow tall, grow your branches. Inhale, reach into the air. Yes, lift. Feel the torso rise, making more space around the belt line. You might find that your knee actually maybe swings or points a little bit more towards the side of the room. Good balance here. Okay, let's keep the arms extended. Follow me. We're going to swing this left knee forward, lifting knee, flex foot, hold for a moment. See if you can balance here for another second. And then we'll set the foot down and bring the arms down, finishing that side. Shake it loose. Check in with your right foot and toes. Yep. Then come back to mountain pose. Balance on 2 feet. Ready for the other side. Soft knees. Shifting weight into the left foot. Root and connect. Inhale, grow tall. Nice and light up top. Exhale, secure your center. Then we'll pick up the right foot. Flexing. Thighs perhaps parallel to the floor. We swing that gate open until it just stops naturally. Just want to keep the hips square wherever it lands. And then foot to the inner leg, high, medium, or low. Inhale, extend your arms up, grow tall, lift, the reaching action, yeah. And you're either focusing straight ahead, but if you're looking at a blank wall, you just drop your eyes, just your eyes, to something that has texture or color, like a line on the floor or an object on the wall. Keep arms extended. We'll swing this right knee forward, lifting knee, flex foot. See if you can hold that for an extra second. There we are. And then plant the foot, rebalance on 2 feet. Arms return to your side, finishing that side, and just shake all that loose. Check in with the left foot there. Okay, let's continue our flow. Whenever you're ready, inhale, reaching into the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bending the knees, making your way down. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthening through the back body. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, hands to the earth. Hop, step, or walk the feet back, plank pose. Finishing the push-up if you'd like, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can certainly modify this or skip it entirely, moving in a way that's more natural to you at this moment to get you to downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog and have adjusted your feet and hands, let's continue. Inhale, extend right leg up. Hold for a moment. Reach through your foot. Like you're trying to find the wall or even maybe the ceiling. Hands press more into the earth. Feel that energy? Now bend your right knee. Bring your heel down towards your backside. A little lift of that right knee up to feel the twist or turn of the spine and an opening of your hips. So your hips kind of rotate to the right. A bit of a hip opener. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind and step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Landing behind the right hand is good. Left heel again to the earth behind you. Light hands rise up, first warrior. Exhale, opening warrior 2. Adjusting feet. Let's just keep it going. There you go. Side angle pose. Reaching out, rotate the arms. Once you're in place, we're going to keep this going. Breathe in, expand and open. Exhale, move. We'll turn, fold, hands to the earth. Back to plank pose. Finishing your flow. It might be different. That's okay if it is. Meet in downward facing dog. Same thing on this side. When you're ready, inhale, extend left leg into the air. Reach and hold. Feel the body get longer. Find the wall, find the ceiling. Hands press more into the earth. You've created that length now. Let's bend the left knee, bring heel down towards backside. Lift the knee slightly so you can feel that little twist in the spine, hip opening to the left side of the room. Breathing in, well done. Exhale, unwind, step through. Take your time with these transitions. Right heel to the earth, find your centering, good balance, light hands. Rise up, first warrior. Exhale, opening warrior 2, adjust your feet. Side angle, reach out, rotate here. High and low with the arms. And inhale to expand. And our exhale to move. We'll turn, hands to the earth. Slide left foot back. Plank, complete your series. Really good flow and opening through the entire body. Meeting in downward facing dog. Let's return to the earth. Gently kneel down. Sit back in hero. Legs around to the front here. We're going to lie down this time. So you might scoot forward so you have space behind you and roll down onto your back. Go ahead and draw your knees into chest. Add some movement here. We're going to do a few things. We're going to start with bridge pose, and after bridge, we're going to do some more leg extensions, and we'll use the strap. So when you're ready, plant the feet into the ground. A nice solid connection. Just kind of go back to your original first pose, mountain pose, feeling grounded and connected. Once you have that established, inhale, fill up your lungs. And with the exhale, supporting the body, lifting hips into the air. You can keep those hips low if you want to, or just gently and slowly lift until you find the sensation that works best for your hips, thighs, even underneath you, hamstrings, glutes. We're also opening up through the chest. So you might need to, if you're able to, rock your upper body left and right several times to get your shoulders underneath you. arms slightly underneath you, or even bend your elbows so your arms are at 90 degrees. Push down into the ground with the backs of your arms, just to help lift and sustain that opening in the upper body. Notice the full activation throughout the body, breathing deeply. 2 more breaths. After that second breath, start to soften the body. We're going to wiggle the feet forward, extend the arms up into the air, just making space so we can roll our way back down to the ground. Take a nice stretch here. Extend the legs out front, reach the arms behind you. Actively reach for these opposite walls. Inhale with that extension. Exhale, bring your arms down to your side, imagining we're at the end of the class and you've made it to Shavasana. So we're just going to take a quick Shavasana, just so you can feel everything relax here for a moment. Just release of that tension. In a moment, we'll get into our leg stretches. You can certainly use the strap here or free-handed. We're going to start with the right leg, so draw right knee in, grab your strap, wrap the strap around the foot, or if you can, grab your big toe with your peace fingers and extend the leg. Or you can even just take the leg up and just hold on to the back of the leg. That works here too. We're going to do several things here, but we're starting with this nice extension of the leg straight up. Perfectly fine if that knee needs to bend, or if that leg is out in front of you rather than straight up and it's somewhat out in front of you, that's okay too. As long as you feel what you need and want to feel in the leg and hip or back even. We'll take some breaths here. Gently feeling that stretch. Good. Couple more breaths. We're going to take the right leg out to the right side. So you might hold on to the strap in your right hand, even wrap the strap around your hand. Slowly start taking the foot and leg out to the right, but bend your right elbow and bring it down to the floor. Okay? That way you'll have much more control of that foot and leg going out to the side because it'll get heavy. And you're holding onto the strap pretty tightly as the leg goes out, finding that stretch that feels good. Now your left side, just notice what's happening to your left side. If it feels like it's lifting up off the floor, let's activate the left side. So you might flex the left foot to activate the leg and extend your left arm out to the left side of the room, just to create a little bit more balance so you feel more flat on the ground, especially with the back body and your hips as that leg continues to move out to the right side perhaps. Let's take 3 more breaths. And in those 3 breaths, you might even rotate that right leg. So you're turning the leg so your toes are pointing down or towards the floor a little bit. A little outward rotation of that leg. And we're going to bring it back up to the ceiling. You're going to switch hands on that strap because we're going to cross the leg to the other side. We're just going to get into the IT band. So we'll switch hands on the strap. Even place your right hand on your hip, push down into the floor with that hip. So we're going to try to keep that hip plugged into the earth as you now cross the midline with the right leg. So the leg is moving towards the left side. Now for me, it doesn't go very far because I really feel this tension in my outer right leg, so I don't need to go very far. You probably can go a little further, but again, make sure your right hip is still mostly connected to the floor. If it's lifted, it changes the integrity of the pose. You've changed the posture. You've turned it into a twist. Okay, so trying to keep the hip connected. 2 more breaths. There you go. Nice. We're bringing it back up to center. Let's go ahead and bend the knee. Release the strap. Extend the leg out onto the floor. Arms down by your side. So we're returning to that Shavasana. Just for a few moments. Again, that transition from an active body to a deactivated body. Noticing those changes. And then when you feel ready, we'll start the other side. So you can bend the left knee, draw it in towards chest, use the strap around the foot, or just hold onto the foot with your hand or fingers, or hold onto the back of the legs. We're extending the leg up. Again, perfectly fine to have a bent knee or the leg extending more out in front of you rather than straight up. Again, as long as you feel the stretch that you need. Not forcing it, not stressing out. Breathing with intention, slowly and deeply. It's a little bit of a preview of what's to come. We're going to be doing this pose standing. Okay, so something to keep in mind is the back is flat on the ground. Okay, the right leg out on the floor. That would be our standing leg if we were standing. Okay, let's start to take the left leg out to the left side. Immediately bend this left elbow, get it to the floor. So you have a little bit more control of that strap in the hand, strap around the foot. Balance the body, flexing the right foot, keep that leg active, right arm reaching out to right side. Getting that inner leg stretch, that outer rotation perhaps of that leg. So your foot starts to turn. Toes are pointing more towards the ground. Good. Two more breaths. All right, when you're ready, let's bring it back up to center. We'll switch hands on the strap. We're going to take that leg to the other side, or get our IT band stretch. So slowly crossing the midline. Left hand might be on left hip just to ensure that the hip is not lifting up too far away from the ground. There's this sensation, like in many poses, of moving in opposite directions. In this case, your left hip is going down into the earth, while your left foot is going up into the sky. So moving in two directions. Two more breaths. And we'll come back to center. You can bend the knee, release the strap. We're done with that, so set it to the side and return to Shavasana. Taking a moment for that realignment, that release, deactivation. But getting ready to fire up the body once again. Next pose, boat pose. So you might draw knees into chest. You can rock your way up to seated or roll to your side and press yourself up to seated. You can start with heels on the floor. Again, heels can stay on the floor for your boat pose or finding your balance. And since we're playing with some leg extensions, maybe even play with leg extensions here. Just make sure your feet are active, flexed or pointed toes. Just extend the legs. You can push through the heels, push through the balls of the feet, or point your toes here. Of course, you can hold on to the legs, or you can free your hands. Let's move from here. Good, breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front or to the side. So we can get the legs and feet back behind us, plank pose. Take a shortcut to down dog. Feel the extended spine, strong hands and arms. New lunge series. Inhale, extend right leg up. Straight line, right foot to the top of the mat. Let's go to a high lunge this time. Left heel stays lifted, but still need to shift your body weight back, finding balance between the feet. Light hands rising up to our crescent lunge pose right here. Reaching up, lunging low initially. So we get into this left hip flexor. Then we're going to rise up to straighten this front leg mostly. Pivot or turn that back leg and heel to the floor. Turn sideways towards the windows, arms to parallel, ready for triangle pose. More hamstring stretching. So reaching out, tip it over. There we go. Yes. A few breaths here, just continuing this nice leg work, extending, stretching out. To come out of the posture, we're going to bend the right knee first, so it just gives us leverage to come up out of the pose, and reversing the warrior. We'll take the right hand up into the air, maybe slightly behind you. Let's keep that right knee bent, just lunging forward. Here's that same action of moving in two directions. So the right knee, you're kind of lunging, going forward, right hand reaching up and away. Okay, big cartwheel or windmill out of the pose, around and down to the floor in front. Plant the hand, slide right foot back, plank pose. Choose a sequence that feels right to you to get you to down dog. It could be a shortcut, it could be a full vinyasa or a partial vinyasa. Other side when you're ready. Inhale, extend left leg straight up and back. And exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, ready for our high lunge. Right heel stays lifted, shifting the body weight back so the hands are light first. Then hinge your way up like you're floating. There it is. Reaching high, lunging low. And we'll rise up, straightening this front leg. We'll pivot, right heel to the floor. You'll turn to the right, arms to parallel. Adjust your feet if you need to. And then triangle pose, reaching out, tip it over. Holding for a moment here. Remember, you don't have to go all the way down unless that just feels good to you. Remember, your hand can be way up by your knee or thigh, perhaps. Excellent. Coming out of the pose, bend the left knee for leverage. Coming up past through warrior two, reverse your warrior. Left hand reaching up, maybe slightly behind you. Left knee still bent, lunging forward as this left hand reaches up and away. And our cartwheel or windmill motion out of the pose, hands around and down to the floor in front, back to our plank pose. Again, finishing the sequence as it feels right to you. We'll meet in down dog. Return to standing first. A breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet up to the top of the mat to your forward fold. Inhale, lengthening through spine at halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Coming up, reaching high, nice big stretch, yes. Exhale, arms down to your side. Yeah, shake things loose, quick check-in, alrighty. While you're checking in, let me just quickly show you what's happening as far as our pose. So we're just gonna mimic what we just did on the floor. Okay, we're just gonna do it standing, and you're welcome to go by a wall. You can do this either back to your wall, which is actually a little harder to do, or just standing next to a wall, just for a little extra balance if you need that extra balance. But let me just show you the poses. So we'll start in mountain pose, soft knees, just like you're getting into tree pose, planting my right foot, lifting up. I like to put I feel like I'm slumping. You probably can't tell now, but I'm just kind of slumping. So what I do is straighten the leg a little bit, hand on hip, just to help extend spine, just get a little tall up top here. And then extend the leg. Now your extension could be low. It could be down here. If you're able to, maybe you can bring it up to parallel. It doesn't have to be parallel to the floor, okay? And then we're gonna take it out to the side, just like we did on the floor. Okay, we're gonna take it out, balancing by taking this hand out to the side, outward rotation of that leg, turn, okay? That's gonna keep the pelvis in place here to get the tailbone to continue pointing downward. When you start turning the leg in, you fall forward, okay? So we outwardly rotate to keep the pelvis in the right spot, okay? We're gonna bring it back to center here. We're not crossing the midline, and we're just gonna come on down, okay? You can certainly do this with hand to toe, okay, if you can reach, alrighty? So we'll start with strap underneath the left foot. If you're using the strap, get it all set up and be wrapped around the hand. Mountain pose to begin. Balance on 2 feet. Softness in the knees. When you're ready, shifting weight into the right foot. Plant. Get tall. Inhale. Exhale, pull belly in like you're a marionette puppet. We're lifting the left foot, so thigh is parallel to the floor. Hand on hip. Push down, get tall. Feel the shoulders roll back. Nice and proud up top. Just helping with that alignment. Yeah, use the wall if you need it. Okay. Then extend your leg. Okay, even if that extension is down here. Okay, perfectly fine. Okay, we're just going to try to get it as straight as can be. If it can come up to parallel without falling backward or leaning backward, just take it up. Even if that knee needs to bend, that's perfectly fine too. Okay, we're going to take it out to the side. Opposite hand to the other side of the room. Even if you're at an angle, this is fine right here. It might go all the way to the side. Wherever you are, outwardly rotate. Just turn the leg so that pelvis stays in place. Shoulders are still rolled back. Focus is forward or drop the eyes. We're bringing the leg back to center, maybe hand on hip. Bend the knee and return to the earth. Walk that out, stretch it out. Use the wall if you need to, okay? And we'll switch feet. Starting in mountain pose. Just mirroring you here. Nice and tall, soft knees. We're shifting weight into the left foot. Tall up top, lengthen spine, core connected. Take your time with this. Picking up the foot, marionette puppet. Okay. Hand on hip, get tall, shoulders back. Got a nice tug of the strap there. Extend the leg. Even if that's your extension, low with bent knee. Still tall. Feel as if you're flush up against a wall that's behind you. There we go. Okay, we're going to take that leg out to the side just until it naturally stops because you want to keep your hips square. They're still facing forward. You don't want to turn. Okay? Opposite arm out to the side. Outwardly rotate that lifted leg to keep that pelvis in place. Good. Wonderful. Bringing it forward. Hand on hip, bend the knee. Release to the earth. Done with the strap. Good job. Walk it out, shake it out. Good challenge for our balance there and hip work there too. So mountain pose, we're in a flow. Inhale, reaching up, big stretch. Exhale, swan dive. Monkey pose, that's just the extended spine with an inhale, lengthening through the back body. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, hands to the floor. Hop, step, or walk, feet back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here. Hips high. Hands root strongly into the earth. Feel the extension through spine here. Okay, we're bringing knees to the floor. Sit back into hero. Sit off to the side. Bring the legs around to the front. Go ahead and come to cobbler's pose. We're doing a lot of leg extensions. Let's just bend the knees for a bit and come to cobbler's pose, a little bit more of a hip stretch here. Let me show you what's happening next. Some versions of being upside down. We're going to take legs in the air. Now you can do this flat on the floor, like so. Legs in the air. Where's my block? My block's there. Or sit on a block and extend the legs. Okay, another version. Or shoulder stand. Couple versions for shoulder stand. A little momentum to roll back, lift, catch right at the belt line and just sit in your hands. I typically like this version, especially without any head support or neck support. This is pretty safe for the neck. So here is fine. If you want to go further and can, hands away from the belt line, more towards mid-back, so you have a free pelvis, so you can take the legs straight up. Here. Now for me, this is a bit of a strain in my neck, so that's why I like to come here, unless I have neck support with a blanket. Okay, so we're going upside down. So from your cobbler's pose, all those versions you have. You can lie down flat, take legs up, or come to a bridge pose prep. Get a block underneath you, sit on the block and extend the legs. We got those two versions of shoulder stand. Yeah. So wherever you are, you have active legs, active feet perhaps. If you are in shoulder stand, you have an option, and it's just an option, to move into plow pose. So a couple ways you can get there. Taking the legs, straight legs down behind you. Toes might touch the ground. They don't have to touch the ground. Or bend the knees, bring knees towards forehead, stay there, or from there extend the legs behind you. That's plow. That's just an option. Very good. 3 more breaths. We're coming out of the pose, so you might need to bend your knees, soften the body. Bringing the legs down, bringing your feet down. If you're sitting on a block, let's remove the block. We're going to move into fish pose. It's a back bend, so extend the legs out front. You kind of start in Shavasana, really, so arms just down by your side. But we're going to activate this. First, we need to get the arms and shoulders underneath you. So you might lift like your left side, for example, and get your whole arm underneath you. You're going to be lying on top of your arms. You'll be sitting on your hands, palms down to the earth. So we'll do both sides. Once you've got that in place, elongate through the legs, even point your toes, really reaching towards this front wall with your toes. Now with your elbows, push into the earth to lift your upper body like you're rising up out of the bed. Arch your back, tip your head back if you can so you can see the wall behind you. You can just kind of stay suspended like this, or gently bring the top of your head or the back of your head down to the floor. If you're propped up high on your elbows, your head probably won't reach the floor. But if you're low enough, you can probably bring the crown or the back of your head to the earth, looking behind you if your eyes were opened. But feel the sensation of your heart or chest lifting up towards the sky. Long legs, pointed toes out in front of you. 3 more breaths. To come out of the pose, you'll lift your head, tuck your chin in toward your chest or neck, lie down, then release the arms out from underneath you, back to your Shavasana to deactivate. Let's draw right knee into chest. Just catch it in your hands. Drawing knee up towards shoulder initially, or just kind of up towards chest perhaps. Moving into half happy baby pose. So you're going to take this right knee out to the right side just a little bit. Keep drawing it up towards that back right corner of your mat. You can stay just like this with a lightly flexed right foot. This is fine for the pose. Or half happy baby. So maybe kicking that right foot up towards ceiling. If you can, reach up. Grab hold of the sole of the foot, or your ankle, or a toe, whatever you can reach. And just the natural weight of the hand on the foot will draw that knee downward. opening up through the hip. Now you can stay just like this for the hip opener. Again, if you feel like you're rolling to the right, just activate the left leg, flexing the foot, even left arm out to the left side. Stay like this, or if you want to, if you can, loop your peace fingers around that big toe and maybe extend the leg. Just an option. But you can stay with that hip opener. Alrighty. If the leg is extended, let's go back to that knee bend. And we'll release. Extend the leg out in front of you, Shavasana. Deactivate. And half happy baby on the other side, drawing left knee in towards chest. It kind of naturally stops because the pelvis doesn't go much further than that. But if we take it out to the side a little bit, we gain more space, taking the knee up towards shoulder or that left corner of your mat. Stay here with the lightly flexed foot or kick foot up towards ceiling. Grab hold of the ankle, foot, or big toe. Natural weight draws that knee down towards the earth. That will get you that nice hip stretch. Activate right foot to activate the leg. Right arm out to right side. Stay here for the duration. We might even extend that left leg out to the left side, either holding onto the sole of the foot or big toe. Three more breaths. Okay, if that leg is extended, we'll bend the knee, coming back in, and then we'll release. Back to your deactivation. Extending the leg out in front, soften. Let's draw both knees into chest this time. Let's go for a twist. Take both knees over to the left side while right arm extends out to the right side for your spinal twist. Modify this as needed. Certainly take a different style of twist if it feels better to you. Two more breaths. And then carefully make your way back to center. Just a brief pause. And take your knees to the other side. Three more breaths. When you're complete, return to center. Just hug the knees into your body. And while you're here, assess how you're feeling and notice what you might need next. So this is up to you now. If there's any other movement or pose that would feel good to you, just go ahead and move into that posture or postures now. If you are complete, you can move right into your meditative pose. But you have a couple of minutes maybe to add anything else that would feel good to you. It doesn't have to be a yoga posture, just something that feels right. or move into a yoga pose that you know, or even repeat one that we've done already. Wonderful. Taking the time that you need, any of those extra movements. When you feel complete, just make your way to Shavasana for the last time, or any other restorative posture. A placement of the body in your mind that feels relaxed, at ease. Stay right where you are. No need to move just yet. Just an opportunity to come back to your breath. Just in case your mind began to wander, which is normal and natural. Just take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine you're just blowing that thought away. Return to this moment. Keeping this connection to the earth, just like you did at the beginning of your practice. And once again, returning to the awareness of your breath. This time taking 5 slow, steady breaths. Breathing in new life, new energy. Breathing into these newly opened spaces. And after your first set of 5 breaths, take another set of 5 breaths. This time generating movement in your body. Take your time. It might be subtle movements that start deep within you. And just make their way to your external body. flowing through your entire system. New life, new energy, movement. And at the end of the second set of 5 breaths, carefully and slowly roll to one side of your body. You might briefly pause, and then continuing to move in slow motion, guide your way up to a seated position. Once you're tall, just feel the continuing length in the spine. And then just one last movement together. Inhale and extend your arms all the way out and up. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Take one more full and complete breath on your own here. As we come to the close of our practice, we bow, saying, Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.